Are you protecting your vision as carefully as you protect your heart or your brain? Most people are not. When we think about long-term health, we often focus on blood pressure, cholesterol, or weight. But here is the truth. Your eyes, especially the delicate retina, are one of the first places where aging, metabolic dysfunction, and nutritional gaps begin to show up. Vision loss is not only about cataracts or glasses. The real danger comes from conditions like macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, and retinal inflammation. These are not only leading causes of blindness worldwide, they are also silent signals of deeper metabolic stress in the body. By the time you notice blurred vision, the damage may already be underway. Here's what most people do not realize. The foods you eat every single day are directly shaping the health of your retina. The thin layer of nerve cells that captures light and sends signals to your brain so you can see. This tissue is incredibly metabolically active. In fact, your retina consumes oxygen and nutrients at a faster rate than nearly any other tissue in your body. That means it is highly vulnerable to oxidative stress, inflammation, and poor circulation. Now, here's the hopeful part. Research over the last decade has shown us that certain foods, and even very specific seeds, contain compounds that directly nourish and protect the retina. These compounds can reduce oxidative stress, improve blood flow, and even defend the tiny photoreceptor cells that allow you to see colors, read words, and recognize faces. Think of it this way. If your eyes are like a high-resolution camera, then these seeds are like the protective lens cover and the premium battery pack rolled into one. They keep the lens clean and sharp, while also ensuring the internal circuits have the power they need to function year after year. In today's talk, we are going to focus on 3 seeds that are often overlooked but have remarkable evidence for supporting retinal health. These are simple foods you can find in your grocery store, yet they provide compounds so powerful that scientists are studying them for preventing age-related blindness. Here is what we will cover together. Why the retina is so vulnerable to modern diets and metabolic stress. The hidden connection between blood sugar, circulation, and eye health. The antioxidant compounds inside specific seeds that act like natural sunglasses for your retina. How these seeds influence not just your vision, but also your hormones, your brain, and your metabolic resilience. And finally, how to incorporate them into your daily routine without needing supplements or expensive treatments. By the end of this session, you will not only understand why your eyes depend on these nutrients, but you will also have 3 practical tools you can start using today to protect your vision for decades to come. Here's what is really going on inside your body. Your retina is like the supercomputer chip of your eye. It is made up of millions of tiny photoreceptor cells that are constantly converting light into electrical signals. To do that job, these cells are burning energy at an astonishing rate. In fact, per unit of tissue, the retina demands more oxygen and more glucose than nearly any other part of your body, even more than your brain. Now imagine what happens when that supply of energy and oxygen is disrupted, or when harmful free radicals begin to accumulate. The retina has very little margin for error. Just a small amount of oxidative stress or a slight dip in circulation can begin to damage those delicate cells. Over time, that damage shows up as blurriness, difficulty seeing at night, or in the most serious cases, irreversible blindness. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your retina as a Formula One race car. It is sleek, it is powerful, and it burns through fuel at top speed. But because it is running so fast, it also runs hot. And without constant cooling and the right grade of fuel, the engine will break down quickly. Your retina is no different. It needs very precise nutrition and protection every single day to keep running smoothly. What the research shows is that 3 main factors drive retinal damage. Oxidative stress, which comes from free radicals generated by high metabolism, smoking, processed foods, and even chronic stress. Poor circulation, often a result of insulin resistance, high blood pressure, or damaged blood vessels. Light-induced stress, particularly from blue light exposure that penetrates deep into the retina and accelerates aging of those photoreceptor cells. This is where nutrition becomes a powerful form of natural medicine. Certain seeds, which we will dive into in detail shortly, are uniquely rich in compounds that counteract all three of these stressors. They provide antioxidants to neutralize free radicals, omega fatty acids that support microcirculation, and pigments that literally act like natural filters inside your eye. For example, studies published in journals such as Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science show that plant-based antioxidants can reduce the rate of retinal degeneration by lowering oxidative stress markers. Other studies demonstrate that improving circulation with dietary fats enhances delivery of oxygen and nutrients directly to the retina, slowing vision decline. The key takeaway is this: if you want to protect your eyes long term, you cannot just think about glasses or eye drops. You need to think metabolically. Protecting the retina starts with nourishing it from the inside out. And that begins with the right foods, specifically seeds that deliver targeted compounds your eye cells crave. And if this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post content like this every day to give you the tools you need to optimize your health naturally. Now, we are going to break down the first major driver of vision loss, how blood sugar and insulin resistance quietly damage your retina, and why the right seeds can help defend against that damage. Most people think of high blood sugar as a problem only for diabetes, weight gain, or energy crashes. But here's what is really going on inside your body. Elevated blood sugar directly damages the tiny blood vessels that feed your retina. These capillaries are some of the smallest and most fragile vessels in your entire body, and they are also the lifeline delivering oxygen and nutrients to your photoreceptor cells. When blood sugar rises frequently, glucose molecules attach themselves to proteins in your blood vessel walls. This process, called glycation, makes those vessels stiff, inflamed, and prone to leaking. Over time, this leads to a condition called diabetic retinopathy, where weak capillaries leak fluid and proteins into the retina, distorting vision. Even before that stage, though, subtle damage is already occurring, reducing circulation and starving the retina of what it needs. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your retina is like a delicate rose garden. To stay healthy, it needs a steady supply of clean water flowing through a network of hoses. High blood sugar is like pouring sticky syrup through those hoses. Over time, the hoses stiffen, clog, and start to leak. The roses, your photoreceptor cells, do not get the water they need, and they begin to wither. What the research shows is that maintaining stable blood sugar is one of the most effective ways to preserve retinal health. A large meta-analysis in the Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology confirmed that people with better glucose control had a significantly lower risk of vision loss from diabetic retinopathy. But here's the part that most people miss. Even those without diabetes benefit. Fluctuations in glucose, the spikes and crashes that come from refined carbohydrates or processed snacks, can cause oxidative stress in the retina, even in non-diabetic individuals. Now, here is where seeds come into play. Certain seeds contain soluble fiber and plant compounds that slow down the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream. By doing this, they reduce the size of blood sugar spikes after meals, which in turn lowers oxidative stress and protects the microcirculation of the retina. Some seeds are also rich in alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid which improves endothelial function, meaning the lining of your blood vessels works better at dilating and delivering blood. Practically speaking, this means something as simple as adding 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed or chia seed to your breakfast can stabilize your post-meal blood sugar for hours. That stability ripples through your entire system, better energy, reduced inflammation, and crucially, less glycation-related damage in your eyes. So the key message here is this: protecting your vision is not just about your eyes, it is about your metabolism. If you stabilize your blood sugar, you are giving your retina a clean, steady fuel supply and protecting those fragile vessels from the sticky damage of glycation. Seeds provide a natural, accessible way to help you achieve that. Now, we're going to look at another hidden danger to your vision, light-induced oxidative stress, and how compounds inside seeds act like internal sunglasses for your retina. Every time light enters your eye, your retina is doing an incredible job converting photons into electrical signals that your brain interprets as vision. But here is the challenge. Light itself, especially high-energy blue light, creates oxidative stress inside the retina. Over years, this constant stress can wear down your photoreceptor cells and the macula, the part of your retina responsible for sharp central vision. Here is what is really going on inside your body when photons strike the retinal cells. They stimulate chemical reactions that generate free radicals. Normally, your body's antioxidant defenses neutralize these free radicals. But with modern lifestyles, constant screen exposure, poor diet, pollution, and aging, the oxidative load can overwhelm your defenses. That imbalance leads to cellular damage, accelerated aging of the retina, and higher risk for macular degeneration. Let me explain with a simple analogy. Think of your retina as a white t-shirt hung outside in the sun. Over time, without protection, the fabric begins to fade and weaken. Now imagine slipping a protective film over it. Suddenly, the fabric lasts much longer, even under intense light. Seeds provide that kind of protective film for your eyes. What the research shows is that compounds called carotenoids, especially lutein and zeaxanthin, act like internal sunglasses. They filter harmful blue light before it can damage your photoreceptor cells. These carotenoids accumulate directly in the macula, creating a natural shield. A landmark study published in JAMA Ophthalmology found that higher dietary intake of lutein and zeaxanthin was associated with a significantly reduced risk of developing advanced macular degeneration. Certain seeds are uniquely rich in these protective pigments. For example, pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds provide not only antioxidants but also vitamin E, another key defender against oxidative stress in the retina. Together, these compounds form a synergistic shield, filtering light, neutralizing free radicals, and preserving the delicate membranes of photoreceptor cells. The practical takeaway is powerful. By including these seeds in your daily diet, you are essentially equipping your retina with a set of natural sunglasses. Instead of relying only on external protection like sunglasses or screen filters, you are building resilience from the inside out. Here is how you can do it. Add a small handful of pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds as an afternoon snack. Blend them into a smoothie with leafy greens, which are also rich in lutein. Sprinkle them on top of salads or roasted vegetables to combine antioxidants with healthy fats for better absorption. These habits are simple, sustainable, and they provide daily reinforcement against light-induced oxidative stress. And if this resonates with you, take a moment to subscribe. I share science-backed strategies like this every day to help you protect your health naturally without medication. Now, we will explore another critical piece, how the oils and fibers inside these seeds enhance circulation to your retina, ensuring oxygen and nutrients reach the very cells that keep your vision sharp. Here is what most people do not realize: your eyes are not just optical instruments, they are vascular organs. The retina is fed by a dense web of microscopic blood vessels, and its health depends on one thing above all: circulation. If oxygen and nutrients cannot reach those tiny photoreceptor cells, vision begins to decline. Here is what is really going on inside your body when circulation is impaired. The retina is essentially starved. Without enough oxygen, cells shift into an energy crisis, producing more free radicals and triggering inflammation. This sets the stage for conditions like macular degeneration, glaucoma, and retinal thinning. Poor circulation is why smokers, people with high blood pressure, or those with insulin resistance are all at much higher risk of vision loss. Let me explain with a simple analogy. Imagine your retina as a busy city at night. Every building needs electricity to keep the lights on. The blood vessels are like power lines delivering energy. If those power lines weaken or get blocked, the city goes dark, block by block. Seeds, in this context, are like electricians reinforcing those power lines, ensuring the city stays lit. What the research shows is that certain nutrients in seeds improve endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to dilate and deliver blood. For example, flax seeds and chia seeds contain alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. This compound helps keep blood vessel walls flexible and reduces inflammation, allowing for smoother, more efficient blood flow. A study published in Nutrition Reviews confirmed that diets rich in plant-based omega-3s improved microvascular health, which is exactly what the retina depends on. Beyond omega-3s, seeds also provide magnesium, arginine, and soluble fiber, all of which support circulation. Magnesium relaxes the smooth muscles around blood vessels. Arginine boosts nitric oxide production, the molecule that signals vessels to open up, and soluble fiber lowers cholesterol, reducing the buildup that can clog arteries. Together, these nutrients keep your retinal microcirculation strong and resilient. The practical takeaway is straightforward. When you snack on seeds, you are not just filling your stomach, you are nourishing the very blood vessels that keep your eyes alive. Better circulation means sharper vision, better night vision, and slower progression of age-related eye disease. Here are some easy ways to apply this. Stir a spoonful of chia seeds into water or yogurt and let them gel, a powerful circulation-boosting snack. Grind flax seeds and sprinkle them over oatmeal or soups for a steady source of omega-3s. Mix sunflower seeds into homemade trail mix with nuts and dried fruit for portable eye nourishment. These small, consistent choices send a strong signal to your vascular system. Keep the blood flowing freely, keep the retina alive, and keep the world in focus. Now we will expand beyond the eyes and see how the same compounds in seeds that protect your retina also benefit your brain, your hormones, and even your ability to burn fat efficiently. Here is something fascinating. The very same compounds in seeds that protect your retina also provide benefits to your brain, your hormones, and your metabolism. In functional medicine, we never isolate one organ, we look at the body as a connected system. The eye is not separate from the brain or the gut. It is a window into how well your entire physiology is functioning. Here is what is really going on inside your body. The antioxidants and omega fatty acids that reduce oxidative stress in the retina also cross the blood-brain barrier, supporting memory, focus, and mood. Your brain and your retina share similar structures. They are both neural tissue. That means what nourishes one often nourishes the other. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your retina and your brain as two offices in the same building, powered by the same electrical grid. If you repair the wiring for one office, the other automatically benefits. Seeds act as repair crews for both, stabilizing the current, reducing power surges, and keeping both offices running smoothly. What the research shows is that plant-based omega-3 fatty acids from seeds improve neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections. A review in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience highlighted how alpha-linolenic acid supports both retinal and cognitive resilience, lowering risk for dementia as well as age-related vision decline. Seeds also influence hormones. Pumpkin seeds, for example, are rich in zinc and phytosterols that support testosterone balance in men and estrogen metabolism in women. Balanced hormones are crucial for eye health because estrogen fluctuations influence dry eyes, while testosterone supports tear production. In other words, hormonal health and eye health are not separate. They are intertwined. Even more, the soluble fiber in seeds improves gut health by feeding beneficial bacteria. Those bacteria in turn produce short-chain fatty acids that lower systemic inflammation. Less inflammation means not only healthier eyes, but also better insulin sensitivity and fat metabolism. This is why people who eat seeds regularly often experience steadier energy, easier weight control, and slower aging. The practical message is powerful. When you eat seeds, you are not just protecting your eyesight, you are sending ripple effects throughout your entire body. Your vision gets sharper, your thinking gets clearer, your hormones stay balanced, and your metabolism works more efficiently. Here are some easy ways to make this systemic benefit part of your life. Blend chia or flax seeds into smoothies to support both brain and eye resilience. Add pumpkin seeds to your evening meal to supply zinc and phytosterols that keep hormones balanced. Rotate your seed choices weekly, pumpkin one week, sunflower the next, to maximize nutrient diversity. And if you find this helpful so far, consider subscribing. I share content like this every day designed to give you practical, science-backed strategies to extend your health span naturally. Now, we will tackle the most empowering part, how to put all of this into practice with simple, sustainable routines so you can start protecting your retina today without complicated supplements or expensive treatments. Here is the empowering truth. You do not need exotic supplements or expensive treatments to protect your eyes. The seeds that support your retina are simple, affordable, and available at nearly every grocery store. The real power lies in how consistently you use them. Here is what is really going on inside your body. Protective compounds in seeds do not work like a pharmaceutical pill that forces a quick change. They work by gently shifting your physiology over time. Day by day, they lower oxidative stress, stabilize blood sugar, and improve circulation. Think of them like depositing small amounts into a savings account every morning. Over the years, that account grows into long-term vision protection. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your car windshield. If you clean it once a year, the grime builds up and visibility is poor. But if you give it a quick wipe every day, it stays clear and sharp. Seeds work in the same way for your retina. Small, daily maintenance keeps your vision clear over the long term. What the research shows is that consistent dietary intake, even at modest levels, has measurable effects on eye health markers. For example, studies published in Age and Aging found that participants who consumed daily sources of plant-based omega-3s and carotenoids had significantly less progression of macular degeneration compared to those with sporadic intake. So, how do we apply this in real life? Here is a simple 3-seed protocol you can start immediately. Flax seeds or chia seeds. Morning, add 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed or chia seeds to your breakfast. Mix them into oatmeal, smoothies, or yogurt. This gives you soluble fiber and omega-3s to stabilize blood sugar and circulation from the start of the day. Pumpkin seeds afternoon. Snack on a small handful of pumpkin seeds, about 1/4 cup. This supplies zinc, phytosterols, and antioxidants to support hormone balance and retinal resilience during your afternoon energy dip. Sunflower seeds. Evening. Sprinkle 1 to 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds onto salads, roasted vegetables, or grain bowls at dinner. This provides vitamin E and carotenoids that neutralize free radicals and prepare your body for overnight repair. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You do not need to measure supplements, track pills, or worry about side effects. You are simply eating real food in a way that aligns with how your body is designed to heal and protect itself. To make this sustainable, tie these habits to routines you already have. Place a jar of flaxseed near your blender, keep a small container of pumpkin seeds in your work bag, and leave a packet of sunflower seeds by the dinner table. Over time, this becomes automatic. The key message here is that small, consistent actions lead to profound long-term results. Protecting your vision is not about doing something extreme for a short time. It is about building habits that quietly accumulate benefits every single day. In the conclusion, we will bring all of these insights together, revisiting why seeds are so powerful, how they protect not only your eyes, but your whole body, and how you can take the next step starting today. We have covered a lot of ground today, so let us bring it all together. Your retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in your entire body. It is working around the clock, converting light into vision so you can read, drive, recognize loved ones, and enjoy the beauty of the world around you. But because it works so hard, it is also extremely vulnerable to oxidative stress, to poor circulation, and to blood sugar imbalances. Here's what is really going on inside your body when your metabolism is unstable, when free radicals accumulate, or when blood vessels stiffen. Your retina pays the price. Over time, that damage shows up as blurry vision, difficulty seeing at night, or even conditions like macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy. But the encouraging news is that you are not powerless against this. Seeds, simple, accessible foods that many people overlook, contain compounds that directly protect the retina. Flax seeds and chia seeds stabilize blood sugar and improve circulation with omega-3s and soluble fiber. Pumpkin seeds provide zinc, phytosterols, and carotenoids that act like internal sunglasses. Sunflower seeds supply vitamin E and additional antioxidants to neutralize free radicals and slow aging of the eye. These are not just nutrients for vision, they ripple out to your entire physiology. Better circulation supports your heart and brain. Balanced hormones improve mood, energy, and longevity. Steadier blood sugar protects you against fatigue and weight gain. Every handful of seeds is a signal to your body: repair, protect, and thrive. The takeaway is simple. You do not need complicated supplements or medical interventions to start protecting your eyes. You can do it today with food that costs just a few cents per serving. Start with the 3-seed protocol: flax or chia in the morning, pumpkin seeds in the afternoon, sunflower seeds in the evening. Small, consistent actions that add up over years to powerful protection. Here's my challenge to you. Try this for just 1 week, add these seeds into your daily meals, and pay attention, not only to how your eyes feel, but also to your energy, your focus, and even your digestion. The changes may feel subtle at first, but they are building a foundation that will serve you for decades. So, as you move forward, remember, protecting your vision is not just about preserving your sight. It is about preserving your independence, your confidence, and your ability to fully experience life. If this added value for you, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. That way, you will join a community of people dedicated to optimizing their health naturally through real food, smart science, and sustainable daily habits. Your eyes are worth protecting. Your future is worth protecting. And it can all begin with something as small and as powerful as a seed.